Chair's all funky. Ooh-wee. Welcome in, Meagan. How's it going? How's it going? And Sherry, how's it going? We're just getting started. You guys haven't missed anything. Y'all are one of the first in here. We're just opening it up. See if we can't beat the TikTok void. See if we can't do a little something today. You're tired? I'm going to tell you what, dude. Sleep's been wild for a lot of people. Although I can't say I've been, like, super tired. But I feel like it's coming. You know? There's going to be a crash somewhere. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing good, too. If you guys have been seeing palindromes lately, you're not alone. Palindromes are huge right now as a sign and a synchronicity. Oh shit. No way. 10 days? Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I love babies. I love babies. They're just so freaking cute. And I've seen some ugly babies, I'm gonna be honest, and they still cute with all their ness. It don't even matter. It does not even matter. I'm so excited. Oh hell. I bet you just can't wait. Bet you can't wait for him to be out. Like, oh. Usually about your time they're over it. Azriel? You're naming him Azriel? Or yeah, I love working with Azriel. He is 100% an awesome. I feel like I really an awesome. Was until I started working at Starbucks. He is an awesome energy to work with. Legitimately one of my favorites. Like OG, we go way back. Like, oh yeah, one of my favorites. Oh yeah, that's so awesome. That's like not a name you hear every day. That's so exciting. You got a middle name picked out? If you tell me Michael, I'm gonna slap the phone. Do not do Michael. What's your middle name? Not yet. You got 10 days. Oh my god. Oh jeez. You're like the baby's coming 10 days. I picked his first name out. I don't know the rest. That's fantastic. Matthias? Yo. Yo. That's awesome. That's awesome. You with the old names. Do you realize that when he's old, that's gonna be like the coolest name? Like, it might not fit him as a kid, you know, he might be like, but when he hits like late 20s and older, that's gonna be wild. I can't answer that, Kay, just because the way you posed it in Nicholas's energy. I can do a love and relationship reading for you if you would like, but it would have to be posed in your energy, and not somebody else's. So I can do it. Reads are 12/12 today. We're doing a give back, you know. Same thing, Nay. I'm sorry. You posed it in your husband's energy and not yours. so I cannot answer that. If you turn it around some way, I don't really know if that's turned aroundable, the question you're asking. But if you turn it around in some way, reads are paid today. We're doing 12/12. We're doing a give back. I just want to do a give back weekend where things are a little bit cheaper and just, you know, trying to spread the good. We have Cash App and we have Venmo. So if either one of you would like to get on the list, go ahead and do it now. You know what I mean? The Cactus Kid. Oh shit. Dude, that is a wild... I want to know the story behind that screen name. That is a wild handle. Welcome in, guys. So if you would like to get on the list, we're just doing the give back thing again today. And we're going to do 12/12. We're going to see if we can't get a few more people in here, and then we're going to toss collective together. So please tap that screen. Please share the live. It does help get us out on For You page, and it does help us get the room just jam-packed. But dude, Megan, I'm going to tell you right now, like, he's going to have a name that fits him when he's a little bit older, and it is going to be wild. It is going to be wild. Like, Azrael Enough is like, just, and then you put in Mateus or, whatever the other one was, like, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can pull on that for you if you want, Lily. I can pull on that for you. The list is open, and it is 12/12, and we have Cash App, and we have Venmo. So if you want to get on the list, I can feel into that, you know what I mean, if you want me to. Because it is posed in your energy. Will you speak to Jay Lynn again? Would be the way I'd have to ask it. I wouldn't be able to feel if Jay Lynn's going to reach out to you, because that would be in his energy. But if you want me to, or you want to just do a love relationship, we can do that too, like, no worries. Welcome in, guys. Please continue to tap that screen. Please continue to share the live. It really does help us get out on For You page so that people know we're over here doing our thing. Welcome in. I love his name. Yeah. No, yeah, 100%. And I'm going to be real honest. I just call him Az. I don't say the whole thing really anymore. It's been that way for a minute. Me and him go way back in energy, so I just call him Az. AZ. That's his nickname. He accepts it. And that's just what it is. What it is over here. We get right down on first name basis. We don't keep the formalities too much in my space. It makes it more personable. It helps bring those energies closer into self, and it allows there not to be such delineation, you know what I mean? Because you're from the same thing, you know? That's that oneness vibe that I love. Welcome in, guys. We're just getting started here. The list is open. We're about to throw collective. The list is open. We are doing 12/12 today. We have Cash App and we have Venmo. If you're going to donate, please make sure you come back in and you let us know that you donated. Both Cash App and Venmo have been mad slow. So I do not want to miss anybody. If you sent money in, I don't want technology to get in the way from what you got to hear. So if you would like something felt into, that's what it takes. 12/12, Cash App, Venmo. Thank you for tapping the screen. Please continue to do so while you're sitting in here, chilling out. And we'll see what the collective's got going on. You want to do a love reading? I mean, we can. I'm gonna be real honest. We could do it. I have a feeling it's gonna turn into a self-love reading. I just get the vibe, but you know me. I'm always down for anything. You know. I shouldn't say that. I'll try anything once, but I'm not always down for anything. Welcome in. Oh, you right? Hey, no, you already know. Like, we could do it. I don't mind, and that's just my human self talking. Like, I mean, we'll find out what comes out in the cards. You know, love and relationship. Like, woo-wee. Welcome in, guys. Thank you for tapping that screen. Welcome in. Like I said, list is open. We're doing 12/12 today. We got Cash App, we got Venmo. We're about to throw collective right now. Please, while you listen to Collective, please smash that screen. Helps us get out on FYP. Hello, Nicholas. I can't answer that question, Mr. Nicholas, just because you posed it in Alexandria's energy, and not Alexandria's energy, and not your energy. I can do a love relationship reading for you. The list is open. It's 1212. We have Cash App. We have Venmo. GL. I just want to let you know, girl, every time you come in, and I love you for this, every time you come in, all like the bots leave. I just want to let you know that every time you come in, like, it's just like a whoosh of different energy and things just leave. I just want to let you know that, like, you got a little sauce. You holding a little something. You don't get it. Mr. Nicholas, so I can't read for somebody else's energy besides you. So I can do a love and relationship as it relates to your energy, but the way you posed your question, hello, Nicholas, does Alexandria have feelings? That would need me to focus into Alexandria instead of you, which I just don't have permission from her to be feeling into her energy. So I can reword the question and focus on love and relationship as it focuses on you and your energy. And if she comes up, okay, great. But the focus is still you, because in that transaction, you're the only one who's given me permission to work with you. Alexandra has not given me permission, and my team only plays where there's been permission granted. You know what I mean? So that's just what I meant. So, I can read for you, just it has to be directed to your energy. The list is open. We got 1212, Cash App, Venmo. Let's throw this collective. And while Miss Meagan, while you figure out what you want to do, let's throw collective. The list is open. Please continue to tap that screen. I'm gonna be real honest, I don't know if somebody's watching Star Wars or just got done watching Star Wars, because all I have right now, I feel, is like Yoda sayings in my head. Be strong, you must. Fight the force, you must. Like, so I don't know if y'all just bunch of geeks up in here and you my fellow weirdos, or like if you just got done watching some kind of Star Wars, Star Trek kind of thing. But they're just talking about somebody really overcoming their mental struggle here, really overcoming their mental battles. We have the Five of Swords out here, and they're just talking about how it really hasn't served you. And for somebody out here, you've been holding on to something for far too long, and they're calling this your step back. But your step back is actually a change of perspective. You're going from 5 to 4 in the cards here. It's a momentary step back to gain perspective. We have the Hanged Man right out after it. I don't know what afterneath was, but right out after it. Somebody right now is moving through their feels. They're moving through their feelings. And what Spirit wants you to know is that you have to feel your feelings and stop mentally rationalizing them. If you are mentally rationalizing your feelings, you are not feeling your feelings. You are thinking them, and that's not good. Your thoughts are only about 50% you, at best. They are the product of what your energy comes into contact with, both inside and outside of yourself. They are not you. And they're just saying when you stay stuck or trapped up in the mind game, you miss a lot. You get pushed off. Now, somebody here has had to learn things the hard way. This is a hard growth season for you, but what it's actually bringing you is a ton of clarity. So you step back in order to find out, I'm going to say the truth, but I get the truth more as being the universal truth that lies in the gray area, and less of the truth that is the way that you want things to be. This is really hitting me in like a, you're starting to see what you needed to see and not what you wanted to see kind of a thing. And they're just talking about how you've actually started leaving. So somebody out here, you're changing things up, and this is forward movement. So we went from 5 to 4, and then we went back from 4 and we started moving forward again in this new position where we had to release things. We had the 5 of Cups. We're starting to feel through things. It's a bridge. You're working through your emotions, your energy in motion. You're not happy about it, but you gotta fucking do it. And then all of a sudden we go from 5 to 6. You're taking what you have and the place you were sitting and you're moving forward. You are now putting it into action. You have made a choice. You've made a decision. And they're just talking about unhappy foundations, and I am getting a little bit of family here. So they're just talking about, I feel like you've been working hard on some things, and they got big changes coming in for you, and it's coming in fast. It's also going to be an increase for some in mental activity, but in a positive way, not in a shit voice, but more in a creative, in an idea sort of way. You are breathing life into something new. But they're just talking about you really need to make, I'm gonna use the word amends. I think they're using comeuppance, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too great with some big phonics words, but they're talking about making amends here, but they're talking about making amends with yourself. Somebody needs to sit down and talk to their inner child. We have the child card out here. We have the ghost dance. You are being haunted by the past. You are being haunted by your child, and they're just talking about the need to sit down and make amends, to come to terms, to reintegrate. Somebody here is really being called into, in this deck being a shaman deck, it's called the Sweat Lodge. You are being called into a deeper inner journey. You are being called into meditation to which they can impart some wisdom and impart some things to you that you cannot get in your day-to-day. You cannot get in your day-to-day, and this would be the completion for you because they are pushing you into flow state. Whether you realize it or not, when you take a step back to be launched forward, it is because you are being launched forward into flow state, and they just have you kind of fighting it a little bit out here, but this is all part of the journey. We have the water card. We're going back, delving deep into emotions right now. Somebody out here needs to feel their feels, and you need to allow things to happen. They're just talking about you're kind of stuck between, I'm getting that rock in a hard place vibe again. So if you are somebody who has been, I don't want to say struggling, but struggling, I'm going to be real honest, this is the time where you get to embrace you. You're going to start doing things again for you. We have the Thunder card out here, and it's bringing me directly back to Buffalo and a thundering herd of buffalo. And they're just talking about it's coming in hot, it's coming in fast, it's coming in fierce, but with the thunder comes the lightning, and I feel the need to tell you that your lightning is your spark of inspiration directly from the heavens. Your lightning is your connection to source, God, spirit, great spirit, whatever you want to call it, higher self. It is your connection, and they're reminding you of it through this little ghost dance that you're going to do, through this little looking back on what has haunted you thus far, through really getting down to the nitty-gritty, but you're also going to be able to forge new things. This is you making a new pathway for yourself. You are the creator of your pathway, and I don't know if anybody's ever told you you're not, but tell them to shut it, because you 100% are, and this is how you get to heal and move forward. This is you following, I'm going to call it your North Node, but they're really bringing me back to stars here. I'm seeing a lot of stars in the sky, specifically the Big Dipper, so this could have something to do with where you're located. I don't know too much about, I don't remember too much about what the constellations and shit mean, so my apologies. I'm gonna have to look at that later, refresh myself, but they are pointing me towards the Big Dipper. They are showing me the Big Dipper, so this could just be having something to do with either where you're located or what you're going through right now. But they're just talking about going back and doing this inner work, going back and doing this little ghost dance where you start making comeuppance or amends with your past self. They're talking about this is starting to unlock the pieces and parts of you that you didn't realize were there. So for some of you, this is going to be paired with your ancient remembrance. And your ancient remembrance is not the same as remembering who you are. It is, but it's not. Your ancient remembrance starts tying in your past lives, and this is where you get to start hitting your flow state, and your flow state is in direct what did we just say before? Thunder comes lightning, and you're connected. We have the higher consciousness card coming out here right now, and they're just talking about this is where you get to trust yourself. This is where you get to surrender. This is where you get to fill yourself with joy. This is where you get to no longer be a victim in your own mind, where now you are taking control again, and you are no longer allowing things to run over you, to run through you. This is directly with your purpose. And I don't know if you guys have seen the video I just put out But this purpose card, the ashwagandha card, is literally, they have the two halves. They have the sun and the moon, and this is taking me directly back to your two mirrored halves. This a 54, which is a 9, which is divine completion, and they're just talking about how this is so linked to everything that you are. And I'm going to be really honest, I don't know if you can see it. They have the chakra system kind of laid out over here, and it just makes me feel like you're starting to really connect the pieces, and all of the pieces that are you. As I said, that you were doing your divine purpose. We have destiny out here again with the sun and the moon on the side and the completion circle. So when we talked about this being fulfilling before, that's 100% the truth. This is a blessing straight from spirit. This is 1,000% the shit you've been working for. You just didn't realize it could happen to you, because I still feel like I hear somebody in the background who's just like, yeah, I've witnessed people do it. I believe it when she did it. I believe it when he did it. But I never thought that I could do it. And this is what they're trying to tell you is coming in big for you. We had the victory card out here with the 6 of Wands and the 7 of Coins. Your victory is directly leading into abundance. And abundance comes in many forms. So if you're just looking for money, step aside, because you are abundant in way more ways right now than you can possibly measure with money. And they're just talking about how you're going to be parading through the streets with your head held high, and you're going to be breaking through the chains that have held you back, thus far. This is 1,000% what your soul has asked for. Even if your physical lips have never spoke it, this is what your soul has been asking. The divine for has been asking source for. This is 100% your give back. This is 100% a blessing, and it's no longer going to be in disguise anymore. They're saying they're putting this bitch front and center. So if you've been getting signs and synchronicities lately, things you just can't escape, things are punching you in the face, that's the point. They want to make it so painfully obvious that you have no other choice but to stare it in the face and accept it, because it is real and it is happening to you, because it is happening for you. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. We are just getting started here. The energy is flowing. I appreciate everyone who's tapping that screen. Please continue to tap the screen throughout the whole live. It really does help us get on FYP, and it helps people know that we're over here doing the real shit. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much. The list is open. Mama Mary. Oh, hell, girl. The list is open. We have Cash App, we have Venmo. We're doing a give back again today. So we're doing 1212. Go ahead, get on the list if that's what you want. We can feel into something in particular, or we can just do generals and blow your mind the whole way. It doesn't matter to me. I just let spirit lead in that instance. I'm going to scroll back and see what all the comments I missed, because I don't look at the screen while we're doing shit. I don't want to be led anywhere. Meagan, you Venmo'd? Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, hell. Oh, hell. All right, Miss Meagan. I'll check that space in a second, homie. Welcome in. Welcome in. Maria, how's it going? I hope you're still in here, and I hope I didn't miss you. Thank you for the follow, Opal Scent. Thank you for the follow, Joseph. Thank you. You do? I'm so glad it resonates with you. What's the tingling soul alignment thing I walked into? With thunder comes lightning. That's the only thing that they're saying over and over again in my head right now. With thunder comes lightning, and that is what your lightning is your divine spark directly from source, directly from your higher self and all the goodness. Thank you so much, Kara, for the follow. It is much appreciated. Will live and my crush con. So, I cannot feel into that. I'm so sorry, Miss Liv. Just because it is posed in a way that it is in your crush's energy and not yours. Will somebody else do something has nothing to do with your energy? If you flip it around, we can do a love relationship read for you. And I don't mind doing it. So if that's something that you would like to have done, we can totally do it. But we would just have to flip it around. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. We just got to flip it around so that it works in your energy. Thank you for tapping that screen, guys. Alright, here we go. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the love. Thank you for tapping the screen. Oh my god, Megan! Stop. I want a general because I don't even have a love. Stop. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. Oh, hell, girl. Oh, hell, girl. So you just want general? I know. I need to go. I need to, like, let me write that down because the Big Dipper caught me off guard, too, but I knew it instantly when they showed me the picture that it was the Big Dipper and not the Little Dipper. So now I'm interested in what the... Stop it! The crying's not good for the baby. Crying's not good for the baby. We're building root chakras right now in your uterus. It is not good for the baby. No crying. Welcome in. Alright, the list is open. It is 12:12 to get on the list today. Please continue tapping that screen. Thank you so much. We're almost at 5K and we just got on here. It is much appreciated. It is much appreciated. Okay, Miss Megan. Oh, girl. I'm going to tell you, you are like jittery. Like, you are like a jitterbug, but like in a good way. It's not like it's not like a nervous way, but like you are like pumped up. So I'm so sorry if like I end up zizzing out the electronics because you are like level 10. Holy God. It's like excited and anxious and like all at the same time, but it's all surrounded like a happy emotion. It's not really surrounded like a emotion. So like, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the gifts. It is much appreciated. Thank you for the roses and all that. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'm going to be real honest, before I even look at any of these cards, all I keep getting, like, in the back of the headspace is really just celebration season. Like, I just really am getting celebration season for you, is all they keep saying over and over and over again is celebration season. So I don't know if you've had kind of a rough go. I don't know if you're kind of coming out. I want to say you're coming out of your tower. I don't want to say you're in your tower, but I feel like you're moving out of some struggles and you're moving on to things that are better. So if this is you, just know that they're kind of just putting you as moving forward from the and into something better. We do have the abundance card out here, but they're talking about how something's going to come your way where it's going to be almost like a test. I want to say for your boundaries, and your strength as a whole. They're kind of talking about how you're going to need to like reaffirm and stand your ground, and how you're really going to have to kind of fight for your corner and kind of fight for what you have. I don't get it in being like I don't get it honestly in being like a fight for your life kind of situation, but I do get it as being an emotional and a I'm sorry, this like little smoke flame just started dancing, which is very interesting because all the rest of the smoke is over there. I do get it as like you are going to have to kind of muster up some strength and some courage here, and I get it a lot to do with boundaries, and a lot to do with some expectations that I'm getting a feeling that other people are going to hold you to. So I'm going to be real honest. You do not need to agree to anybody's expectation of you ever. Like ever. And they're just talking about you're going to end up feeling a little bit stuck, stagnant, or trapped during this whole thing. Thank you so much for all the gifts, guys, during this whole thing. And it's going to kind of instill a little bit, I don't want to call it fear, but it's a little bit of like this anxiety-riddled fear that's going to come from how this person is going to be, I don't want to say coming at you, but like coming at you, whether that be another motherly figure telling you what to do or what she did, or there's just something regarding how somebody expects you to act coming up very quickly, and they're just talking about how you don't need to do that. I just get the feeling like you're working hard enough, which is interesting. I'm going to be real honest. They did throw out a King of Pentacles, but they threw it out in reverse. And I don't know why, but when they hit the table, usually the King of Pentacles is like a man who has no foundations. But I'm going to be real honest. Your team was kind of a dick. And they didn't say a man with no foundations. They said no man. That is what they said. They did not say no man with no foundations. They said no man. So I think they're just trying to point to you out the fact that you don't need a man at this moment, even though it is a want of yours. They are putting out that you don't need a man to get it done, and you don't need to do this. This is your time to cultivate that inner strength and that inner confidence, which is really funny. And they're just talking about you harnessing your actual power. Like you harnessing your RAM, you harnessing your fire. Fire is huge here. Fire is also about creation, which I'm not surprised. You prego. I'm not surprised that we have creation energy out here. However, they're just talking about you're going to have a little bit of struggle to find the balance between joy and work, happiness and work. And they're just reminding you not to try to take on too much at once. So I don't know if you're somebody who just keeps piling on the work on top of your plate, but they're just saying don't pile too much more on right now. They want you to actually have patience and kind of figure out and set up a system that works for you and what you're doing right now. They're talking about you cultivating stronger family foundations. I'm not sure if that, I'm not quite sure right yet if they're talking about stronger than you had and they're being in a comparison, or if they're just talking about because you are building a family that you're going to be putting time and effort into your strong, structured family foundations. But I'm going to be honest, it's not easy because you're going to come up against you're going to we got the rebirth card out here. You're going to come up against a lot of pushback from whoever this energy is, and it feels slightly feminine, but I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like it's the most healed feminine. I feel like the intentions are good. I don't feel like the tensions of this person are negative. However, I do feel like you're going to get a little bit of a pushback. That's going to come in the form of help, where they're just really encouraging you to speak up. Like, speak your truth. Like, hold your boundaries. This is yours to create. You are the one birthing creation. You are the one nurturing. You are the one making and building. So it's yours to build as you see fit, is what they're talking about. Now, I mean, they're saying don't shoot the person who's trying to help, but realize that you're the final say. So you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And they are really stressing this. So I don't know if you have worries or if somebody is pressing themselves on you at the moment, but this is like what every single deck is talking about. And they're just talking about your glow up's going to be huge. I'm going to be real honest. Everything out here is really, really positive for you. It's almost like they're just trying to keep you like in a reminded state. Like they just want you, it's almost like preparation. They just want you to be prepared, is what it really feels like. We have the Sun card out here 2 separate times. Now, even though the Sun is masculine, in its energies, they are really talking about the masculines also being what is helping to ignite and keep your fire lit. And they are talking about your feminine is the side that's tired. So when you rest your feminine side, allow your masculine to stand up, you're going to find that he is just as strong. And I mean this inside of yourself, not outside of yourself. Like allow both energies to be at work, because I do get the feeling like your feminine is attempting to take over. And it's 100% understandable why, especially because you're pregnant. It's 100% why she's trying to take over. But this is where you can cultivate that inner connection within self. And they are talking about how I don't know if this like kid for you was always a blessing in your mind, but they do have him out here as being like almost like your gift. I know that might sound really weird, but it's kind of acting as like your gift to help you connect some things. And we got the fire card out here again. Holy God, dude. You and your fire energy today, bro. You and your fire energy today. Yeah. There's also something about taking a pause and kind of looking back. Looking back, because what this fire energy and what the masculine energy from the sun and all these other elements are going to allow you to do, they're going to allow you to step fully into your Queen of Wands energy. And that's going to be your passionate feminine fire. Right now, she's in her soft stage. Right now, she's a little bit in her nurturer, in her more of like a cups phase, where she's kind of just trying to touch all the bases. But they're just saying, like hurry up, because the second that, I'm going to be honest, the second that he's out, I get a feeling like it's no holds bar, and here comes Mama Bear, and you're going to be fully integrated into your Queen of Wands energy, where you might just have to watch your fire. I think that's why they're telling you just to be careful, because you do have a brand new beginning out here, obviously. You have a physical new beginning happening with your family and your family structure. We got the Ace of Coins, and they're just talking about how this is really going to be a massive trigger for you. Like, this is, but like in a good way. Like a trigger, more like a catalyst, and less like a trigger. They're talking about this actually being part of the next spin of your wheel. This is going to help you cultivate tools that you didn't realize were there, and they're just having you really start to embrace all that you are, because now you're no longer just Meagan. Now you're a mother. Now you're a this. Now you've cultivated working with some of your masculine energies. Now you're a fan. Like, they are literally having it be a lot of other things. You are stepping into, once your kid pops out, you're stepping into your high priestess phase. Like, so you would be fully connected. We do have the rainbow card out here, and I do feel like in some way this birth, healing, growth, whatever you want to call it, this pregnancy has been very healing for you, even though that was not the intention. They're just talking about how it's actually really done a lot of good things for your chakras. And they are showing me all of your chakras, and they're just showing a lot of them lighting up. Not all of them are lighting up, but I have a feeling that that's just going to continue to change. But they are talking about how this has actually healed a lot of your inner light body that you actually weren't putting any thought into, and it wasn't obviously not the reason or the cause behind it, but it's almost like a positive outcome. Like, that's going to be your positive catalyst, because they're saying, like, when birth does happen and when he's no longer, in your uterus and he's actually in the physical and you have to take care of him, they're just going to say that you're going to take a moment and it's going to hit you that you're different. You're different than you were before that whole thing happened, and this is part of your healing, because they're actually saying that you've healed a lot energetically, which is very interesting. You're more connected and more trusting than you were prior to, which is not something that I've honestly ever seen out here. But a ton of these cards are all 6s, 3s, and 4s. I think all of your bridges were 5s. And they're just talking about solid foundations here, about how you're cultivating solid foundations. 6 is my personal victory number, because it's you putting your conflict and your, 5s into action, and it's starting your movement, and that's exactly what you're doing. They're just talking about your wheel being spun again, and spinning your wheel is a good thing. Spinning your wheel is good luck, is good fortune, is fate, is, defining moments in life. Like, spinning your wheel is good, and especially because we had the abundance card coming out not once but twice. You're gonna have all good things, like, for real, like all good things, like all good things. Do you have anything that you would like clarified or touched on? Would you like, would you like anything touched on, or do you have any questions? You need anything clarified, Miss Meagan? I feel like every time I read for you, it's not like a normal message. I just want to let you know that. Like in my mind, that there's always like something that I'm like, I've never heard of this before, or this has never happened before. And I feel like it's every time I read for you. I feel like I have a couple people in here that I'm like, you just get the coolest reads. Like your teams are just the coolest. I don't know. Like there's a couple people that I'm like, when you were saying about cultivating. Cultivating, it's like building. Cultivation has completely to do with your creativity. So it's you like manufacturing your new beginning, like manufacturing your brand new start, and you just don't realize what, like a lot of times in cultivation, especially with what they were talking about, like you don't realize what you've put together until you pause and you look back and you go, holy shit, I cultivated all of that back there to be right here. And it's kind of like in cultivation, you build upon things. So a lot of times it's that growth that we don't realize we've had. It's that slow, like, and all of a sudden we're like, oh my God. It's like when people are like, I don't really know anything. And then someone asks them a question and they're full of knowledge and they're like, I don't know where that came from. Because you didn't realize you cultivated, because nobody handed it to you and went, this is what you did. You've just been doing it. But they're saying that they're going to eventually, like, you're going to see it. There's going to be something that happens either in the hospital after your kid's born, because they were showing me you in a bed, or you just waking up one morning and you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm different. Like, me as a person, I respond different, I do things different, and they're just talking about how you've cultivated all of this while he was baking in the oven, and you just didn't realize it, because that's not where your focus was. So you're going to be redirected back to everything that you've just created, and more than just a kid, like everything that you have healed and come from, and what you've changed, and your strength and your boundaries, and like all of these things that you've cultivated are going to be brought front and center so that you cannot miss them, is what they're talking about. Does that help? Like, I know this year's gonna be good. I can feel it. Oh, I'm gonna say yes. And I feel like usually, and you know this, you've been here enough times in this room watching people, I feel like usually people get kind of like, my team is a little roasty toasty. They don't always give you the message you want, but I'm gonna be real honest. I didn't see anything that felt bad in that whole thing. It all felt really, real good. They were moving you through some of that, because so they were kind of alluding to how you still had a little bit of like maybe some reservations, or you were moving out of your tower moments and your worry and your oh no's and then bro, okay, I like died, because the second it came out I was like, oh, balance between, because you had a Queen of Pentacles on the table and it was upright, and then your King of Pentacles fell out like 2 or 3 cards later, and it was in reverse, but it fell right underneath of it. And immediately they were like, oh, and I was like, oh, okay, like duality, masculine, feminine, and literally, like, I go to pick up the card and remove it, and then they're like, no man, and I'm like, oh God. I'm like, well, I can't lie. Welcome in, Stella. And I was like, oh, I can't lie and be like, oh, they didn't just go, no man. Like, you could do this, no man. I can't. They got jokes sometimes, and it's just really hysterical. I'm gonna be real honest. It makes me die laughing every single time. So I appreciate, and I cannot wait. You're gonna have to keep us filled in once little man's out. I'm giving you all the best vibes, all the good luck, that's not even luck. I know he's gonna be good. But I am definitely sending you, like, all of the nests for a happy, healthy baby, and, an easy birth, if there was ever such a thing, So, I'm super excited. You're gonna just have to keep us updated over here. Not me marking my calendar. No, that would be weird. I won't do that. But I'm like equally excited for you. No worries. The list is open, guys. We have Cash App. We have Venmo. I know, dude, that's wild within itself, to be honest. But that makes sense because he's going to be your love of life for a little bit, you know, until that next big thing comes in. Maybe that's why you wanted a love reading, because you really just wanted to know about little man. And he comes out on Valentine's Day. I can feel into that, Miss Melanie, if you would like me to. Because you posed it in a way that it is in your energy, should you do something. Reads are 12/12 today. We have Cash App, we have Venmo. If you don't want me to feel into it, I would just tell you to go with your gut. You know, a lot of times spell work is more powerful when the person does it for themselves. So if he's open to it and you have his permission, teaching him and doing it alongside him, with him doing it for himself, is going to be way more beneficial than you doing it for him. And if you do not have permission, then you should never do spell work on somebody that you do not have permission to be working in their energy. Because that's just not good ethics, you know? Welcome in, welcome in. The list is open today, guys. We are doing 12/12. We have Cash App. We have Venmo. Thank you for continuously tapping the screen. Thank you for sharing the live. I am so thankful. You think you're going to try to have him get into it? Then just keep it simple. I do get that he might be a little bit fearful of the unknown because he's probably never done it. I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of hesitation energy there, and I'm not quite sure if it's his or it's yours. But I would definitely, you know, use caution, because the more comfortable he's going to get in being a masculine energy, just by nature, by gender, he's going to be more comfortable the more things are explained to him as to why things work that way, what you're doing, and the reason and intention behind what you're doing. And, you know, so that there's no surprises. Usually that gets things to be understood mentally, and that usually makes masculines a little bit more at ease. But it's just going to be him overcoming a little bit of that fear and the construct behind what you're doing at a whole anyway. So just keep that in mind. You know, you never want to do something without someone's permission and not in their comfort. You know what I mean? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. The list is open. We are doing 12/12 for reads today. We have Cash App. We have Venmo. So if you would like something felt into, of course, no worries. And I can, like, feel into it if you want me to, but that was just my first, like, off the bat is what came up. We have Cash App. We have Venmo. If you would like something felt into today, feel free to donate. Just make sure you come back in and you let us know how you donated so I don't miss you, you know. Oh, yeah, no worries. Have a lot of fun. I hope it goes well. You did? All right, hold on, Miss Haylee. Let me check because Venmo's been slow. I'll be right back, guys. All right. Let me know if I'm back, guys. Am I back? Oh, alrighty. Miss Haylee, are you still here? Alright, cool. Would you like me to feel in to... Thank you. I appreciate you guys when you actually let me know I'm back, because sometimes there's a little bit of a lag situation. Please keep tapping that screen. Please keep sharing the live. It is much appreciated and it does help. The list is open. I'm probably going to do last calls. So right now, if you want to get on the list... It is 12/12, and we have Cash App, and we have Venmo, so put your stuff in now. Miss Haylee, do you have anything in particular that you would like me to feel into for you, or are you wanting to just do a general? And I'm going to be real honest, generals can go anywhere. Thank you for the follow. It's much appreciated. General's fine. Alright. Alrighty. So I don't know if you're very well protected, but can you do me a favor and can you just ask your team that I have permission to work with them on my behalf and on my team's behalf, because my team just told me that I need to ask your team's permission first. So as long as your team and you give permission, then I will surely feel into you. But there is like a little bit of a barrier, so they must be protecting your ass pretty heavy right now. So just let me know when you've asked them for permission for me to feel into you. Doesn't happen all the time, but everybody's individual, so sometimes it happens. So just let me know when you're all good and when your team is given the okay. I told them. That's hysterical you say that, because I'm like, ask for permission. And my team's like, they're in discussion. But they weren't like, usually they're like, all right, you're good. All I got was, they're in discussion. And I'm like, you're like, I told them. All right. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I feel like you have two tall gentlemen on your team, and I want to call them your bouncers. I want to call them your bouncers, and they might be brothers. I don't know why I feel the need to tell you that they might actually be related. They might be brothers, and not brothers to you, brothers to themselves. Like, they might be together energy, like they come, I almost want to say as a package deal. But just know that you do have two semi-taller, and when I say taller, guys, you got to keep in mind, I'm like 5'3", so almost anything's taller than me, but they're taller than you. I'm going to tell you that right now. They're taller than you, Miss Haylee, and they give me bouncer vibes, like you've come close enough, don't touch the president kind of vibes. So just know, if you ever feel like you are not... If you ever feel like you're not connected, and I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but if you ever feel like you woke up one morning, it's Wednesday, and you must be crazy because you don't feel like you did on Friday, and Friday you felt so connected, and now you feel like you have no abilities at all, I just want to let you know that this is actually the amount of shielding that your teams have put on you. Like, for whatever reason right now, they're cocooning your ass. Like, they have you on, like, I'm getting, my back is getting cold. I'm going to call it like level 10 lockdown. And I can only say that because I've had it. I've been there. And so I just want to let you know that if you ever feel like you have bodyguards or a bouncer, or you have somebody that is just like, you feel like you're not connected at all, because how much they have you shielded. So just before we start your general, I just want to give you that, because that's what they offered up. But it's wholeheartedly, like, I almost feel as though, like it gives me, like, stand back, don't touch the president. I don't want to say, like, but it's just really interesting. So just know that I believe that they are related to themselves. They do have package deal vibes. All right, here we go. Good Lord. Good Lord. No, we're going to slow her down, because I feel like somebody on your team's trying to rush it. I'm be real honest. I don't know if you find yourself in trouble a lot. I don't know if you find yourself, like, and I don't mean that you cause trouble. I don't know if you find yourself, like, trouble finds me. If you're kind of one of those types of people where you could just be minding your business and then all of a sudden, oops, trouble has found you again. But it is very much this vibe and this vibe from your team. And I'm going to be real honest. They're just talking about how whatever you have recently just moved out of, that has been a little bit of, I'm going to call it kind of like a phoenix rebirth, to where you just had to do something different. They're talking about right now you're being shielded from blowback. So I'm not sure if you finally stood up for yourself, if you finally did something, but they're just talking about some kind of change is having a ripple effect, and they are protecting you from your own, like, accidental tower, in your new beginning, is what they're talking about. Like, you are they're protecting you in a way so that you're coming out full force. Like, they want you to hit the ground running, which is really awkward. So they're just protecting you from outside distractions and outside energies that could be plaguing you during your transition. Excuse me, transmutation, gross. But they are just talking about how right before this tower, you were feeling a lack of abundance, and maybe even some financial struggles or woes. But they're just talking about this bubble is allowing those ripples to pass, and they keep giving me water references, so I don't know if you are a water energy or you jive with water, but they keep talking about the ripples and water, and things like that. And they're just talking about you're fast moving to bigger and better things, and this is why they're keeping you focused and undistracted. Focused and undistracted. Now you're moving out of, I'm going to be real honest, you're moving out of your financial woes. I feel as though on the backside of this, you are actually going to be in more of your generous season, and with more than just money. You're going to be having a lot of, like, big adventures heading your way, and it's going to be happening all so fast. I feel like you're not necessarily going to be able to, like, get on your feet and kind of catch what's going on. Like, this is a brand new, like, brazen, bold beginning is really what it feels like here. But they're talking about you're going to be, I don't know if you're job looking or you just got a new job or something, but they are talking about you building and creating and crafting something in a way that it marries along with your independence. So you are a very independent person, and they're talking about whatever is hurriedly coming your way is going to mesh with your independence. It's something that you have cultivated. It's something you've crafted, something you have crafted for yourself. And they're just talking about right now you're kind of going through your cycle. And what your cycle is, they're talking about kind of like this inward, I don't want to necessarily call it a hermit, but they're just talking about you're kind of battling a little bit of the woes, and this is why they have you guarded, because they don't want you to get sucked into the swamp. And the swamp is at lower level frequencies. They want you to really hone into your intuition here and not your emotions, your energy in motion. So they're really trying to guard you from the ripple as much as possible, because they don't want you to get off course. It makes me feel like you need to spend a little bit more time on some self-care here. Some self-care and some self-love. This is really talking about your need for balance during your creation phase and how your energy is important, your energy is sacred, and you need to treat it as such. I don't know if you have been on the hunt for yourself or you have been doing deeper dives or deeper searches. I feel the need to grab this deck, which is my Lonely Wanderer deck, because I feel like the Hermit energy is really coming out here. And it's just having to do with a lot of, the Hermit is also the student, is what they're talking about. So I really do feel like this is a lesson you're learning, and I feel like you're retraining yourself to almost like handle things better. I don't necessarily know how to say that right now. I'm going to see if they can give me a new way to say that, because that's not jiving with me. But they're just talking about how there's something that you're like overcoming inside of yourself, and they're bringing me back to water. This has to be your feelings. This has to be your emotional state, your emotional mind, because they're talking about how you're really you're really on like this inward journey in order to like travel to the deepest, darkest parts of ourselves, to kind of start digging beneath the surface, because I feel like a lot of your life is surface level, and that's not a bad thing, but it is the mask you've cultivated. And they're just talking about a lot of times that mask has left you kind of in a withdrawal and antisocial standpoint, a little bit of a loneliness, because nobody ever truly knows you. Nobody truly gets down to the nitty-gritty. Nobody truly gets deep enough for that you feel like they care. I don't know if that's something that you've been battling with or have battled, but they're just talking about you cultivating and finding that new light, that new guiding something that is going to start unlocking parts of yourself you didn't really realize were there. So I don't know how long you have kept the inner parts of you locked away, and not really allowed them, I want to say like not really allowed them to mingle with other pieces and parts of self, not really allowed them to jive together. I do get a lot of isolation feels. So if you have found yourself isolating yourself accidentally, even just in the house, not getting outside a lot, not mingling with friends or family or something like that, go out in nature. I feel the need to tell you to go outside. I don't know if you like water or trees, but I do get the image. Well, I don't get the image. Let me correct myself. I'm not being shown that, but they are pointing it out to me in the card about how the person is sitting underneath a tree, and how sitting with trees might be something that would be beneficial to you, because right now you're transforming. And if you are somebody who has a lot of dreams, because I feel like you travel, I don't know if you know that you do, but I feel like you do travel at night. So they're just talking about a lot of this healing and this inner revelations might actually be happening subconsciously. So if you are someone who has not yet begun to take a peek at their dreams, I really suggest you do, because they're talking about something about your light body shape shifting in the things that it does when you are, I don't want to say out of your vessel, because I feel like that gives the wrong connotation, but when you are detached from your physical consciousness, and when you are just pure consciousness in dream state, when you're traveling in astral, when you're learning things. They're talking about something being bestowed upon you, either knowledge or wisdom, or a deeper connection to self, or a deeper understanding of your true self, which would be your energy rather than your vessel. And they're just talking about this being a blessing for your like metamorphosis journey, like kind of like your what's the word, like your butterfly moment, your phoenix moment, your rise, your shape shift, transformation. Thank the Lord. That was a hard word I could not get out, and they just kept throwing me synonyms, and I'm like, oh Jesus, take the wheel, help me now. But for you, dude, this is like directly in line. I don't know if you talk to your team. I mean, clearly you tell them what to do, but I don't know if you open up a lot of communication, because there's not a ton of back and forth energy on here. There's not a ton of communication. Welcome in. There's not a ton of communication going on here. And I feel like they're going to start using your dreams in order to better communicate with you. I'm going to be really honest. I don't get that there's a whole lot of open back and forth with your teams just yet. I do feel like this is something that's going to be incoming. I feel like the detachment and the upgrades that you're going to get to your light body are actually going to be increased in order to gain better communication, like on all senses, like using your clairs, yeah, maybe, but at the very least your energy, because they're really talking about once you start cultivating this independence, that your intuition needs to be almost like flipped on in overdrive, and you need to be moving off of your intuition and your intuitive abilities rather than your mind. And this is where your fire sits. Your fire sits in your belly, and this is what they're talking about. So it's part of like your cleaning and clearing out. And as we're talking about your connection, you just have the rainbow card that just popped out here, and in this oracle deck, the rainbow card for me, is always talking about your connecting bridges, not only from source, spirit, God, creator, whatever, to you, but it's also your higher consciousness connection, but it's also your chakra connection. So if you are someone who hasn't looked into chakras, you may want to do so, although I don't feel as though they might resonate 100% with you. I feel like you might be pulled to something a little bit different. I am getting a lot of like, are you a mini pyro? I'm going to be really honest. I feel like there's more of an elemental pull than, at the moment, than a chakra pull. So if you are somebody who does better with the elements in general, I'm going to tell you that the elements do correlate to your chakras, but you can work with your chakras or just your energy body in general when you work with the elements, because they're all a piece and part of you. You just have to change how you look at them, you know. But you can do a lot of great things, especially when it comes to balance with the elements and all 5 elements, because we cannot forget space, ether, or spirit. That's the 5th element. And they're just talking about this is like your time. All of this is going to be, they're almost making me feel like that silly saying. What's that silly saying? Hold on. The pressure, like coal under pressure creates diamonds. This is kind of what you're gonna have to continue to move through. I used to have a mentor who used to say it to me all the time, and I feel the need to reiterate it to you, that the only way out is through. So the only way that you're going to get to the other side of it is to keep going. You can turn around, but then you're going to have to turn and face it eventually. So you might as well, now that you're already in it, now that you're already in your journey, now that you're already being protected from as much as possible in order to keep you not distracted, in order for you to focus on you and what you have to do, in order for your connection to be brought together. My left ear is now just ringing. They're just talking about how you really just, you might as well just buckle up, boots on the ground, put your helmet on, and keep going, because it makes me feel like your bouncers are not going to allow anything to knock you off your square right now. So they really want you to move in the notion of not being bothered and nothing really phasing you at the moment. My God, dude, all of the fire energy out here, holy hell. All of this fire energy. I'm going to be real honest. You're moving from 5 to 6. You're moving from some struggle, some strife into victory. This must be an under theme today, because I think this is like the second person who's had a 5 to 6 movement. So this is all good things. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if you're in a relationship. I don't know if you're in a relationship currently, or if you're single as a Pringle and you might be moving towards one. But I do have a King of Wands energy out here, and I'm going to be real honest, this King of Wands energy feels separate from yours. It feels just a little bit separate from yours. It does not feel as though, even though it is a wand energy and it is fire, it doesn't feel as though it's talking about you at the moment. It doesn't feel like it's alluding to the inside of you at all. It feels like it's alluding to things around you. And exactly as I said, it feels like it's not alluding to you. They have you out here as the Queen of Cups going shh. But I'm going to be real honest. I feel like if you can cultivate all this emotional stability in order to fully embody this King of Cups, or this King of Cups, I'm so sorry, excuse me, this Queen of Cups energy, if you can fully do this little look back, this little glance back, I'm going to be real honest. I feel like they have you out here, after this all being said and done, moving from your emotional hardship, your emotional and then into victory with your wands, with your fire, going through everything, your cultivation of independence and standing on your feet and your inner deep dive and digging beneath the surface. If you can do this and you can break your cycles, here we got the moon card, and we can pair it with your intuition. The moon is also intuition, and they're telling me to point you back to your intuition continuously. So I don't know if you are somebody who is head heavy. It hasn't really been revealed in the cards quite yet that you're super head heavy, but I'm going to be honest, you're just not listening to your intuition. But they do have you moving on. On the outside is victory and becoming your Queen of Cups. Now, we do have the Lover's card that popped out. So, even though they are talking about you cultivating your flame and your fire, I'm going to be real honest, I do feel like this King of Wands energy is something outside of you, and I do feel like you fully embracing your Queen of Cups energy because of the fiery path and transformation that you're going on. You are naturally attracting what likes that. Like is attracted to like is what they're saying in this instance. Your fire is going to be a beacon for your fiery man. That's creepy. But for your fiery man, I don't know why they're saying it like that, but I feel like you like a little spice. I'm going to be honest. I feel like you like a little spice, girl. But they're just talking about how you're actually going to bring in a more passionate man who can handle not only your fire, but your water, because there's enough fire that your water won't put him out. And I just feel like that's important because I feel like that might be something that you're leading to. We got the Web of Fate on the bottom of the deck. That might be something that you're asking for or have thought about. I'm going to be honest. I don't feel like it's right around the corner. I don't. I feel like your team has your walls up pretty damn hard right now because they're trying to keep you focused and they're trying to keep all the distraction and the blowback of the tower as much to small little like ripples rather than big tidal waves. So I think that they're just going to kind of keep you in a bubble and going to keep you really honed in on you. But it is a potential outcome in the situation once you have cultivated being the Queen of Cups energy in its entirety. They are drawing in your natural opposite, which would be your King of Wands, because your flame, your sass, your fire is now pulling him closer. So I just feel the need to put that out there, as that is something that is seeking you. And I have the 7 down here, and it goes 7, 8. 8 is about balance. That is something that is seeking you. So just know that that is a potential outcome, a potential timeline that could play out for you. Should you meet your markers and you don't change your mind along the way, is what they're saying. Like, as it sits right now. I feel the need to be like, as it sits right now, because I feel like your team is very moldable. I feel like your team is a very moldable, open to all options kind of a team, which is so much fun to work with. So once you really get talking to your team, I think you're going to enjoy that because there's a lot of gray area that you can do with a moldable team. So just be super excited. And your team is you. So that means that you also have moldable qualities, which means how good of a student are you when you're moldable? You're the best student possible. So just really keep all of that in mind. Like, holy hella. What'd you say? Super single, but I've been wanting a relationship. Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. Do you have any questions, or would you like anything clarified or felt into in any other way for you? Miss Haylee? Thank you. Welcome in, Carolina. Welcome. I'm glad you're new here. Thanks for stopping in. Miss Chloe, we can feel into it for you if you're still here and you would like me to feel into it. If you want anything clarified, Miss Haylee, just let me know. If you have any other questions that you want, just kind of real fast and, dirty popped into. I'm thinking of going back to school for engineering. I'm going to be real honest. Before I even grabbed the deck I was going to grab, your team, one of your gentlemen, kind of snickered and was like, "Is that a passion?" That was the very first thing that he said was, "Is that a passion?" Like, it's almost like he's baiting you to answer. So I don't know if you ever, kind of feel like he doesn't really give you an answer. If you have a team, and I feel like my team does this, they don't give you the answer, but they give you questions that help you answer it for yourself. I'm going to be real honest. We're still pulling on it. Oh, they're not getting away from it. We're still pulling on it. But I'm just going to tell you, the very first thing out was, "Is it a passion?" Like, it was very snarky. It was very deep. Almost a little bit like cocky or coy. Be like, "Oh, is that something you enjoy doing?" So let's see. Should Miss Haylee go back to school for engineering? I hope the suspense was killing you. I shuffled through the whole deck on purpose. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we got here. So, okay, so right off the rip, we have the Hierophant out as a bridge, and we also have the Six of Cups. And I'm going to be real honest, this is talking about returning to roots, like past influences, nostalgia, like this is also your creativity. This is also talking about your youth and your childhood. So it makes me feel like that's a positive answer because you have a maybe and a yes. But then this is what really makes me excited for this for you is because we have the Queen of Cups out here. So for the entire time, the entire read, they were saying you're going to come out as the Queen of Cups. And then they choose to throw you the Queen of Cups as an answer to your potential passionate question, right? The Queen of Cups, which is a yes, that's happiness, that's emotional fulfillment, security, like that's also love, that's maturity. But then they also have your celebration card is what I'm going to call, which is like your Three of Cups, which is also fun, excitement, it's engagement, it's just beautifulness. However, this is then, so to me that's all yeses and that's all positive. But then because your team is moldable and your team is like my team, they can't just tell you what to do. So then they gotta mindfuck you a little bit. And this last two cards are your mindfuck. They're saying maybe and no. And the reason they're saying maybe and no, and as someone just like ran past me, as they're saying maybe and no, it's because your maybe is balance. Your maybe is Two of Pentacles and your no is your dreams card, which means you have 7 cups here, and it could also mean a lot of possibilities, a lot of options, but it could also be a lot of choices and a lot of distractions. So they're just saying that yes, it could potentially be very good if you keep it in balance for you and you use it as a resourceful tip and you put pieces and parts of yourself, but they're saying if you don't get lost in the options, if you don't get lost in the choice, if you don't get stuck in illusion or fantasy and you stay with your choice and you don't get distracted, it's going to be good for you. That is the way that I'm taking their answer, and I'm going to be real honest. It is the key of how I would interpret your team, just having met the two boys, your two bouncers, like 100%. This gives me my team vibes to where I ask a simple question and they're like, yeah, no, yeah, do it. Only if this happened. Like, and you're just like, damn it. But they're doing it because, I'm going to be real honest, the choice is yours, and regardless of what you choose, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because if you choose no to this, something else is already coming because your team has made sure of it. So I'm going to tell you there's no wrong answer here, and this is why this options card is coming out for you. There is no wrong answer here. Because regardless, if you decide, no, I don't want to do it, it doesn't fill my passions enough, or maybe it's too expensive, or there's too much schooling involved, or there's not enough time, or whatever your reason to say no would be, and you choose to do something else, they're already telling you, they're already going to give you something else. You'll get another option if you decide no. So it doesn't matter what the hell you choose. Your team is one of them tricky teams like my team, to where they're just like, we're just here to guide you. We're not here to tell you what to do. And, oh, you're going to hate but love your team for that in the end, I swear. So I'm getting a positive yes if you give it your all and this is passion, yes. But they're just reminding you it needs to be a lot of balance because that could easily overtake your life. So they're just saying very, very good in the balance. But if you choose to say no, they have tons of other options for you. Like, they are sending you a whole ton of other things. I hope that helps, Miss Haylee. I know that when you have teams like that, it's not what we want to hear, but that's 100% the truth. But that should give you at least some sort of foundational of being like, okay, regardless of what I choose, that should take the stress off the table, is what they're trying to do for you. They're trying to take the stress of the decision off the table. Thank you for the follow, by the way. They're trying to take the stress of the decision off the table so that you choose with your heart, you choose with your fire, you choose with your intuition. Is it a passion? And that's why he asked you that question. Well, is this a passion? Because he wants you to follow your passions. He wants you to follow your flame. He wants you to make a life surrounded by your joy. So if it's something you enjoy and it is part of your joy, then perfect. Because he's giving me the feelings like he's pushing you out of the realm of just having a job, just having a career. Like, he wants that to be a part of you so you can better balance it. And you don't feel drained having to head to your job or head to work. He wants it to be a passion that you love. So I'm going to be real honest. That's his answer for your last little question. that was your gentleman's answer. Dude, they are straight bouncers. I'm going to be real honest. They are like straight bouncers. They did the whole like fade back and like I don't want to say put glasses on, but they did like the fade back to the back like freaking ninjas. Like, I'm waiting for Jason Statham to show up and like kick someone's butt. Like, that's what it feels like. I'm so glad it helped. Thank you for allowing me in your space, and please say thank you to your team for me, for trusting me and my team enough to allow us to work with them, especially when they have you in such a guarded state right now, which I get it. We all go through it. So do not worry. It's temporary. It's not forever. They're doing it out of your best, highest, greatest good, like all the good things. 100%. Thank you so much, Miss Haylee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you guys for tapping the screen. Please continue to tap the screen. Please continue to share the live. That keeps this room full. That keeps us out on FYP. And that makes things possible here for us. And I appreciate it. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the gifts. Thank you for all the time spent. We're going to do last call. If we have one spot left on the list, if you would like to get on the list today, it's 12/12. We're going to do a little give back. I just want to make things nice and affordable for people. So we're doing 12/12 today. We have Cash App and we have Venmo. There is one spot left. Feel free to hop on it if that's something that you would like, and we'll feel into whatever you would like today. Welcome in, welcome in. Whew. If you are not a member of our website, you should become a member of our website. It's 100% free. There's so much cool stuff there. Not only do we have product links page, so if you're ever like, oh my god, I love that deck, where do you get it from? It's product links. All of our decks that we use on live will be in there. Oh, little ducky, I'm glad you're here. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing good too, dude. I hope you're doing fantastic, miss, ma'am, lady, madam. I hope you're doing amazing. It's a good Sunday. Happy Sunday. We also have private services. So if you are looking for private services, we have that. We have reads, we have mediumship, we have mentorship, we have shadow work if you need a little help. We have spiritual assistance and guidance. There's just a ton of stuff on there. I will be adding come Monday, because I'm still editing the class because I want to make it perfect, because I just want to give everybody my all. So I'm still editing the class, but we are doing an intro to candle magic class that you can do a self-study with. It comes with like a 3-4 hour video. It comes with a whole book of notes, and it's printable, downloadable. You can watch, stop, pause, rewind around your busy life as you see fit. It walks you through everything you could possibly need. And then we're uploading that. It should be up there Monday. And then you will also have in the very near future Miss Keys of Wisdom 369. She is putting together a fantastic intro to herbology. And you're going to do tinctures. And you're going to do all this crazy stuff. So it's going to be super fun. And you might even see my ass there, because I get excited about tinctures and herbs. So, woo! We also have a handmade shop. Now, the handmade shop is super cool. Not only do we have kits for like candle magic and things like that, bath tea kits, but we also have bath teas, simmer pot recipes. We have oils, and we have meditation sound frequency music. We have handmade macrame with natural crystals, raw crystals interlaid in there. So not only is it a wall hang, but technically you can pull from the crystals and energies in any kind of healing or yoga or meditative work that you're doing at the time. So it's just a lot of good stuff, and it is all centrally located so they can be tools for you to help amplify your already amazing energy. So just keep that in mind. That is there. The website also gains points. Now, if somebody likes the coupons and they like to save a little bit of money, your points are your best friend. So you can gain points a couple different ways. You can gain them from purchasing services. Services gain points, so any service you book with us in a private space gains points. And then you can also do it by the handmade shop. The handmade shop is dollar for dollar point system. So if you spend $5 on our handmade shop, 5 points. $10, 10 points. So it'll add up pretty quick if you're somebody who really likes some of the stuff in the handmade shop. It's an easy way to get to the points. If you're also a subscriber on TikTok to my page, the one we're live on right now, or Miss KeysWisdom369, my lovely mod, as long as you subscribe to either of us, it is 5 points for every single month you're a subscriber, and we add that to your point system on the website. It's just us giving back. But as subscribers, you get a few other bonuses that other people don't. So you get subscriber-only prices on live reads. About 2 or 3 times a week, we offer cheaper prices. So typically we're around like $15.15 for a read. So subscribers might be $10.10, they might be $12.12. It just really depends. So don't worry, but you'll get to save a little bit of money there. I also have subscriber-only content on this page. So you will get videos that the general population do not get and are not placed anywhere else. They are intuitive exercises. They are shadow work questions. They're herbal recipes. There's a whole bunch of different things. There's some energy stuff in there. And we're just going to continue to keep slowly adding to it so that it best benefits you guys. So just another way for us to give back. If you love what we do here, we also are on other platforms. So we're also on Insta, which I'm still learning, so don't kill me. I'm not a big Insta person, but I'm trying my hardest to get into Miss Instagram. But we're on YouTube. I am slowly loving YouTube so much because I didn't realize how much YouTube has actually updated their shit. So YouTube, we have playlists. We have all of our videos from Talk in one place. Both my page, Keys of Wisdom, and Miss Rooted Intentions, all divided into playlists, all dated. They have links in the description, so should you want to find the deck we're using in the video, or you want a quick link to things, it is all right there. We also have meditation playlists, so if you are somebody who likes sound or frequency music, and you want to know what works for some people and see if it works for you, we have a whole playlist of like 50-something different kinds of sounds, from anything from chakra work to astral to grounding to earth tones to binaural beats. I mean, almost any kind of thing is a potential there. The only thing I didn't put on the list is guided meditations, and that's literally just because everybody has a particular voice they like to listen to, and everyone has one that they want to off themselves to, and it was going to be way too difficult to try to pick a voice that everybody would like, that I also like, because I don't really like a lot of guided meditation. I'm gonna be real honest. Like, just leave me alone with some sound and I'm gonna fly to the ceiling myself. So it's just one of those things. I did not do guided meditation, so if you're into that, I'm so sorry, but nah, not gonna be for us. There's way too much going on with all that. But so just know that it's all available to you. Our website is www.ChildOfBalance.com. If you don't remember any of that, it's okay. I put a link tree in the bio. You can find everything you need there, including our email if you want to contact us. If you want a service, I feel like I don't advertise this enough, but if you want a service from us and you don't know which one you should pick, you don't know what to do, we have a free consultation. It's a 15-minute phone call that we make with you. We sit down, We talk about you, we talk about what you're looking to get, what your needs are, and then we form a plan based on where you're at spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally versus your goals for self. And then we go, okay, what can you afford? And then we put you in something that's going to help you. So if you're not sure what to do, you just know you need something, we have a 15-minute consultation. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything but 15 minutes of your time in order for us to help you. So we put that there for the people who aren't quite sure and maybe they just want to talk to us in person and see if they vibe. That's what that space is for. We also post all the live videos on YouTube. So if you're curious how we do reads, if maybe you want to see what our vibe's like when we do mediumship, if we do, generals, energy reads, shadow reads, stuff like that. I do try to post that there, and they're like sectioned off, so you don't have to watch the whole 2-hour live. You can just go right down to the little like jumper chapter section and you get right to where you want to be. So feel free to check all of that stuff out. I'm just going to check spaces real quick here before we bounce off for the day. Alrighty, am I back? Alright, guys. So, this is your very last second. If you are planning on getting a read, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I think I'm going to pop off for a little while. But if you are like, holy hella, I want one right now, this is your very last chance. This is last call. We're doing 12/12. We got Cash App. We got Venmo. I will be back on later tonight, hopefully around 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30. We shall see. We got to wrap some other stuff up. So I will be back on if you need anything from me at that point. I cannot say thank you enough for all your support, all the taps on the screen, all the comments, all the gifts, all the shares. It is much appreciated, and it allows us, in order to keep things free for others, it allows us to do that when you guys support in the way that you do. So I appreciate it, and I cannot say thank you enough. I will be back on around 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if you would like something at that point, that's where we'll be. Thank you guys. I will see you guys later. Have a good Sunday. Go do something fun.